All right, welcome to part 2 of the urn turn. This has been a fun project so far, challenging to say the least. Yeah, having a good time doing it. Got the base, the base, the body, the feature, and now I have to do the top, the tumble home, as it were. So. I thought I was just going to use 2 pieces of Wenge to top it off, like so. But when I put that on there, it's like, nope, it's tumbling way too fast. That's just not going to get it. And then I thought I would use a piece of another birch ring, and I mocked one up here and set it on there. And then put this on there, and I thought, you know, the color doesn't work for me. That it's this extra space right here. I didn't like that. But the dimension, the tumble home's going to be just great, I think. So I decided I would put a piece of Padauk on here. So I made a Padauk ring, and I put that on there. And I kind of like the way that looks. I like how that settles in and has a really cool look to it. I think that's gonna be neat. I mean, getting it to this point, and what's left to do. So in the top, I'm gonna make a kind of a dome lid, and I'm gonna make that out of Padauk. And I think I will make it so that it has a latching, so it secures itself really well. And yeah, that's the next thing to do. Decided to add this ring because, you know, it looked better. I'm going to also turn the inside out, turn the inside now, so I don't have to turn it all lumpy and grumpy on the inside, because there's a lot of material here to move, and it'd be a whole lot easier to do on the lathe chucked up than it'd be to do not. My problem is I had to find a way to anchor it. My cold jaws are too big to fit in there. My other chuck jaws are too small to fit in there. And this hole fits all the way around over top of this, so I can't just chuck it in. So I invented a thing, and here's how I'm going to chuck it up. I'm going to drill a little hole here. Set that on about 500. And I'm just going to push that in there for a pilot hole. Nice and centered. Turn that off. And I have this. And this here screw. I think this is going to be long enough. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I got to go find another screw. This isn't going to be long enough. Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I gotta get a longer screw. A longer number 12. Be right back. to use the old X marks the spot centering system. Get this turned down here just a little bit so you can see a little better. All right, so here's the top, here's the bottom. I made some little marks around here every 90 degrees, which is really easy because I got 48 pieces with perfect little lines all the way around them. Same thing on this one. So that automatically means X marks the spot. So I'm gonna set this down here. I'm gonna test fit. Where's my X marks the spot? If I line this line up with that line, and this line up with that line, and this line over here, and this line over here, and they all line up, that should automatically make me be on center. If I can get them all to line up. Center, 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 and center. So now that means even if this is out of round a little bit, this is rounded up just sweet, right? This has already been turned. So this is round, as round as I can make it. And then these lines are straight, they're 90 degrees to each other. So I line up these alignment lines here that are 90 degrees to each other, and I have to be centered. It can't not be centered. So now I can go ahead and glue it up. At least I'll say that. It can't not be centered good enough. That's the thing about, you know, this kind of lathe. It's not like you can use dial indicators on it or anything like that. You just get things close as you can, and that's why it's art. Just gonna set this right on top here. Yeah, just like that. And we'll just roll her down on here like this. Now I do have a much more powerful jack than this, but for gluing up, that's all I need. I can just bolt the other one in, and it's with the hydraulic jack, it's way too easy to put too much power on it. So there we go. We got her glued up. I'm gonna shut things down for the night, and yeah, then we'll get back at it in the morning. The next day. So here it is, all set up and ready to pull out of the press. Look at that. And we're still all ready to just stuff her in the lathe and get busy. So here we go. I don't know if you can see in there, but Okay, one more time through the, yeah, okay, we're recording. Okay, one more time, the formula on calculating the size of your segments. I'm just going to run through this because I don't know if I've run through it very clearly yet or not. And I always have to think this over and over because I'm not very good at math, and I use a calculator, and I really like the Construction Master 5. And they're probably a Construction Master 7. I've had this forever. Okay, so the diameter, the outside diameter of the last ring that I want is 4.25 inches, right? So I'm going to take 4.25 inches and multiply it by pi. So 4.25 times pi, 3.1416 equals, let's just run that out here. See, if I do this in my head or on a piece of paper or whatever, I have a tendency to add 1 and 1 and get 3, and that messes up my whole world. So I do it on my calculator because, you know, it works better than my brains. So 4.25 times 3.1416 equals 13.3518. 13.3518. And you don't really have to do the 1/8, but there it is. If I got a calculator, it can figure it out. Okay, so now that is the total circumference of my ring. Now I'm going to divide that by the number of pieces I want in the ring, which is 48. That equals 0.278 la 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 la. Okay, so this is divide by number of pieces, 48, and that equals 0.278. And I can do this 1, 6, blah blah 3. Okay, you don't have to deal with that small of tolerances. It's not a rocket. So there's that. And now I need to convert that to inches because my brain doesn't function really well. I know this is a little bit bigger than 1/4 of an inch, but I'm going to say inch, and I'm going to put convert inch. And it says 1/4 of an inch, but I know it's a little bit bigger. So this rounded it down to 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to go, oh, what is that? We're going to add at least a 32nd. So how many 32nds is that? I don't know. I look on my tape measure and just add 1/2 16th. So there you go. 1/4 inch plus 1/2 16th. And that's what I set up my table saw to cut. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut 48 segments. Let's go do that. All right, this is all glued up and ready to cure. Probably won't take all night for this to do it. I'll get it on there maybe a little early and get it turned. This is the last ring, the one we've been looking for the whole time. So yeah, let's let the glue dry. Be back in a while. here it is, the urn. This was a lot of work, but I had a good time making it. It was a lot of fun. It has 1,155 pieces. Only one piece isn't actually segmented, the top here. I just turned that out of a chunk. And yeah, it's Wenge, birch, Padauk, Wenge, Padauk. And I think this is a piece of maple. It had some real kind of cool looking leopard stripes on it, or tiger stripes on it. I don't know, leopard spots. And I liked it, so I thought I'd use it for the topper. I didn't make it latch. I didn't make it that tight. I think there's a kit where there's actually lids that fit in the top, and I think I'm going to look into those for the next one I build. This was a really fun project. A whole lot of head scratching, a whole lot of learning. I mean, I learned a ton on this thing. I'd never done these small of segments in 48 pieces before, so that was an eye-opener, and had a pleasure. I learned, it was good to learn that. Wenge is awesome to work with. I love it. And Padauk is really smooth to sand and deal with. Kind of is the same consistency as the birch, so it makes it blend together real well. Yeah, it was just a overall amazing project to build. That's kind of it for this week. If you got any questions, write them in the comments, or if you got any comments, write them in the comments. I'm happy to read them. I read all the comments, and I answer. You know, the whole routine. Like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate all that. Let's see, what else is news about this thing? Not too much. Next week's project, I think, is going to be earrings, segmented earrings. So looking forward to building that. I built a couple pairs before. It's a fun project. I use my little laser burner for some pieces in them, and yeah, I think you'll get a kick out of those. And on that note, thanks for watching.